Okay, yeah, looks like it's time to begin. All right, let's see. 10 hours tomorrow. Okay, okay. Welcome, banana, minasan. Saro-kun desu. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. I missed you too, Jessica. Wow, it looks like we had like a lot of fun chatting, chopping it up before stream. But oh wow, working 10 hours. So yeah, hey, welcome, Jessica. Well, hello and goodbye to Jessica. Yo, new mate, welcome, welcome. Kon banana. Let's see. So yeah, I think today, what did I have planned? I think today actually I wanted to play Misao because I wanted to kind of continue like the horror theme we had going on here. But I love you too. Mwah, kisses. Good night, good night. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day or night, whatever your time zone situation happens to be. Yeah, because right now it's for me, it's actually like noon. So I know I'm kind of in a completely different time zone than usual, but I kind of wanted to try to maintain my original schedule, more or less. So here's the plan that I'm slowly working towards. Because right now I'm pretty consistent with streaming at least twice a week. So I want to do at least 2 streams a week that follow my traditional time schedule, as in 11:59 p.m. EST, or I think that's GMT -5. I forgot the global standard, the Greenwich Mean Time standard for it, but yeah, basically 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time was my original time slot. So I want to, in my quest for consistency, I want to try to return to that as much as possible. But I'm also aware that I'm in a very different time zone from that. So, and I wouldn't mind the idea of expanding my audience, right? I mean, that's never a bad thing, right? So, in an effort to reach out to that endeavor, I might just kind of throw in an extra gorilla stream at just any random time I feel like it. But I think my goal is to at least do my 2 consistent regular streams. So, unofficial schedule. Unofficial schedule is Monday, well, based on my time, so I can't really call it exactly, but Monday Monday afternoon my time, Wednesday afternoon my time, and then just whatever random other time. So, and then too, I'm gonna try to also balance it by activities as well, because I want to get back into some tabletop stuff. I've been working on getting back into. I've been really into the James Bond RPG lately, and I made a video on character creation for that like about a year ago. I think that video is pushing a year old, and I meant to do like a follow up, but I still haven't done that yet. So I'm probably I want to kind of do a dry run on what a second video to that might look like. So I don't know. I'll probably start doing a lot of RPG chats. I want to get that back going, but for now, I'm just happy that I'm like kind of steady and consistent with streaming. Even though my schedule is nowhere near consistent, but at least the part where I'm showing up is being a bit more consistent. So yeah. So hopefully we'll see some good things as a result of that. Let's see. Man, what else is on my mind right now? I think as far as everything else is going, yeah, never mind. I'll maybe save that for later. But I've got a bit of a concern about what's going on like out there in meat space. It's getting wild out there from what I'm seeing and hearing on the local interwebs news, and so I don't know. Maybe I might save that type of chat for another time. But yeah, I am interested, and I do have some thoughts and opinions brewing on that. So I don't know. Maybe I should have like a separate chill and chat kind of day where I kind of just get into topical current events and social issues. I don't know. That's just an idea I'm spitballing. I got too many ideas I'm spitballing. But yeah, as for today's stream, the idea was I was supposed to play Misao, but come to find out it's either buried way deep in my hard drive, or maybe it was on a different laptop or something, or maybe I deleted the game after originally completing it. Either way, it was a game that I was already familiar with. So, Anne, which we had recently finished, reminded me a lot of that game. So I kind of wanted to play that game to kind of compare and contrast them properly. But I wasn't quite able to do that. So instead, I knew that if I wasn't able to play Anne, I wasn't sure if I wanted to find any old school horror game that matched the vibe, or if I wanted to stick to the school aesthetic. So the school aesthetic was what really won over, because I mean, hey, we're in a classroom right now. We gotta, and I like kind of playing into that just a little bit at least. So that brought me to my good old friend itch.io, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think somewhere around there, I've got a demo for Tower of Grimvad, my D&D project. I've got an old janky kind of like really crappy build for it that's out there somewhere in itch space. I might have to dig it up someday just to see, but my current build is much better. But yeah, and of course I eventually want to do that again. So yeah, every now and again I've got a few recent streams where I've done solo runs, but I wouldn't mind grabbing a few extra players and just like having an actual playthrough of it. What I got so far. But yeah, as for today's stream, I wanted to find something that was either horror and or school adjacent. Couldn't quite find anything that matched the right vibe of like both combined. So I ended up finding this kind of interesting visual novel style game that's got a bit of a school flair to it. So I don't know, let's go check it out. Alright, so this game is called The 5 Steps to Ensuring Momo Graduates Successfully. Yeah, wow, that might be a bit loud. Let's see. Yeah, I think that might be a bit loud. Let's see if we can crank that down just a tad there. So, I don't know. I've never played this game before. I just kind of read up on the blurb of it on the website, and it looks interesting, so let's go. Okay, yeah, let me make an adjustment here. I think we do want to see the cursor here. Yeah, let's capture the cursor. There we go. Let's see what we're pointing at. Okay, let's see. Preferences. I think that's just basic settings. Yeah, we're good there. About. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, that might be helpful. H. As in hentai. I mean, hides the user interface. And yeah, hides the user interface. What am I talking about? All right. Space advances dialogue without selecting choices. Okay, I'm not visual novel enough to really understand that. Like, is that saying we can skip choices sometimes, or? Okay, now control skipping dialogue. I understand that. Let's see. The screenshot, huh? Let's see. I think the only navigates the interface. Can we use? Okay, yeah, we can use mouse. Okay. Okay, I think this is all pretty straightforward. I don't need to dwell on that. Let's go back to the menu here. Ah, she's like in the classic Sailor Moon pose with the hand and the point. Like, I like that. That's a nice touch. Alright, let's go. Without further ado. Yeah, I guess, like, normally if I were playing for myself, I'd say no, I don't care about that stuff, but, yeah, because, see, I don't want spoilers, but let's see, like, I want to make sure we're not getting in on anything too wild here, especially for streaming, so, only because we're on stream, I want to see what, we might be getting into here. Alright. So, let's see. Alright, so this is our content warning. This game contains the following themes. Homophobic slurs. Okay, for as long as they're not too heavy. Okay, I'm hoping we don't get like any sort of like F-word nonsense here. Verbal and physical abuse. Alright, that might be, I mean, it's a high school setting game, so, I mean, bullying might, that might be kind of a thing there, right? So yeah, we'll be mature about these things here. Mild blood. Okay, fantasy game, that's to be expected. Panic attacks. And implied suicide in one of the endings. And I like how they didn't say unaliving, because I personally am not a big fan of like the whole censorship thing. I don't, that's just, I hate it. So I'm glad that they're bold enough in the Big 2.5. This game actually probably came out before then, but I'm glad to see the actual word and the gravity of that being presented here in the Big 2.5, because I know we're all trying to please algorithms and machines and all that, but we're getting way too soft and loosey-goosey on the language thing. As a person who appreciates language, that's just kind of one of those stickler things that's kind of important to me. So I don't know. With that out of the way, enjoy the game. Okay, so hopefully we won't run into the suicide ending, but we'll have to see how this goes. I mean, we're gonna do good by. Hopefully we're going to be a good magical girl. My name is Bubble, and I'm a magical girl. Okay, I'm going to bounce all over the place with voices here, because I'm going to try to kind of get a feel for the character and her voice. And of course, my voice naturally doesn't do feminine registers very well, but we'll see. So, I mean, I'm not going to give her this deep, I'm Bubble, and I'm a magical girl. I mean, I don't know, that could work. You guys might like that. Take that. Okay, yeah, she's Batman now. I don't know. I'm comfortable with that. She's Batman. Bubble blast! The tentacle monster wails in despair as it falls to its knees.
Please spare me. I just want to see my family again.
Your family?
Yes, the Magical Commission has my wife and kids. I haven't seen them in years.
Oh. Well, I'll be sure to speak to the commission about that. In the meantime.
I get to see my family again?
I can't make any promises, but I'll definitely do my best.
Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to see my wife again. How I miss the feeling of our tentacles slithering across each other as we make sweet.
Alright, too much information. Just go back to where you came from.
Thank you again, magical girl Bubble.
With that, final parting, the tentacle monster disappears in the thin air.
Bubble, are you sure you should have let them go?
This is my kitty, my familiar. Her name's a little on the nose, but that's what I love about her.
It should be alright. Big guy just misses his wife and kids. And what if the commission doesn't agree to whatever you promised him?
Then I'll kill him.
Okay, maybe we made the right choice here. Maybe she secretly is Batman.
Oh. That's my girl.
Okay, dang, Kitty's about that life too. Okay.
And that marks another successful day of being a magical girl and saving the world.
Bubble and Kitty start flying through the sky as magical girls and their familiars do.
Hey, Bubble, you're only one mission away from becoming the #1 magical girl.
No way! Really?
Yeah. Want to get on it now?
Absolutely.
Let's see. For your final mission, you have to help a girl in her final year of high school graduate successfully.
Graduate?
Yeah, graduation season's in about 2 months, so you got plenty of time to complete this mission.
Well, the early bird catches the worm, right? Let's do it now.
Roger!
Kitty pulls out a sheet of paper from thin air.
This is Momo.
She's the girl I have to help.
That's her. According to her client file, her favorite color is blue and her favorite food is... peaches? Weird, she doesn't have any friends, so she spends most of her time by herself. Oh, it says here that she likes writing.
Writing?
Yeah, we've got an aspiring author on our hands.
I remember the days where I was an aspiring author. I keep promising myself I'll get back to them, but those of you who are familiar with the channel know. I just keep on piling stuff up. I'm just a mountain of tasks, unfinished.
Well, I guess it's up to me to help this author graduate successfully from high school.
With the power of magical girls, they make their way into Momo's room.
Hello there, Momo. Nice to meet you. My name is Bubble, and I'm a magical girl.
Oh, nice to meet you too.
This is where you're supposed to freak out and go into denial about the existence of magical girls, you know?
It's alright. Why wouldn't I believe this?
Right. Oh, and this is Kitty. She's my familiar.
Nice to meet you, Momo.
Hey.
As I thought, her indifference is pretty jarring.
So, what are you doing here?
My dear Momo, Kitty and I are here to make sure you have a successful graduation.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Grotad, yo, konbanana! I think I'm winning. The game has just begun, so we'll have to see how it goes. How are you? Long time no see.
Rejection right off the bat.
Why not? Isn't it every high schooler's dream to have a successful graduation?
Yeah, see, the intent was spooky vibes, but I lost track of my spooky games. So now we're playing kind of weird visual novel high school games. gotta have work tomorrow. Oh no, this looks spooky. I mean, I feel like it might. I think I can no longer. I think ever since Doki Doki Literature Club and what was it? You, me, and her. I can't really trust games that like start off like this. It's like, all right. And then of course, Madoka Magica also kind of sets that same template where it starts off all nice and bubbly and sweet, but you just know, you have that itching feeling that it's not gonna be that way for long. So I 100% feel you on that. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this game takes that turn any minute now. What kind of high schoolers have you been hanging out with?
Well, there was Taro from down the street.
Taro from down the street must be a loser then.
No, that's wrong. He's a really good guy. His mother makes really good potato croquettes.
And he feeds me.
Please leave.
Wait,
What do you want from me?
I want you to graduate successfully.
What does that even mean?
Happily, with friends and family.
Nah. No leave.
I'll be indebted to you. Please, just let me do this one thing. It's the last mission I have to accomplish in order to gain the title of the #1 magical girl. It's all I've dreamt of since young, so... Please let me help you!
Meh. Okay then.
Really?
I mean, I've got nothing else to do with my life. Yeah, I guess it'll be pretty nice to be able to graduate.
Yes! I'll make sure you have the happiest graduation ever. Kitty, the form.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Kitty pulls out another sheet of paper from thin air.
Momo, I just need you to sign this contract here. Don't worry about it. It's just to ensure that I won't be liable for any injuries you may sustain.
I feel like I've been roped into something extremely shady.
It's alright. As the best magical girl in the business, I will ensure that no harm comes to you.
Yeah. Here, signed.
Thank you very much! Well then, I look forward to working with you, Momo.
We look forward to working with you.
Yeah. And so, the contract has been made. Will Momo be able to graduate successfully? Will Bubble become the #1 magical girl? Will my father ever come home from getting the milk? Dad, I miss you! Stay tuned to find out. Next time on The 5 Steps of Ensuring Momo Graduates.
My name is Bubble, a magical girl, and these are my observations of my client, Momo. Observation number 1. Momo doesn't take care of herself at all. Beep, beep, beep. Wake up. Wake up. I start my day off by being Momo's personal alarm clock. Wake up, sleepyhead. It's time for school.
School?
That's right, school. You can't be late for that.
Okay.
Here's your uniform. Hurry up and get dressed. Breakfast is on the dining table.
I don't eat.
You have to. It's the most important meal of the day.
Okay.
Just leave everything to me, Momo. Observation number 2. Momo doesn't care about school at all. Momo, are you sure you're supposed to be sleeping? You slept through the last 5 periods.
It's fine, as long as no one bothers waking me up.
But what about your classes?
What about them?
Don't you have to pay attention to them? Oh yeah. Okay, I think I found my voice. We're not Batman anymore. Ooh, brother, yeah, we're Macho Man Randy Savage. That's playing the role of Bubble now. Ooh yeah. We're gonna teach you school, you're gonna brush your teeth, and you're gonna do your homework, brother. That's the plan. We're gonna get you good and graduated, so you'll be ready for school, college, and SummerSlam. Cause we're gonna make you the cream of the crop. Oh yeah, brother, the cream of the crop.
Okay, I'm getting too into this. Oh my god. And I'm getting a little dizzy here. Wow. Okay, but we're locked in. We got our Bubble Man Savage. Okay, I'm having too much fun with this game already. Wow, what? Nah.
I don't think that's the correct response, brother. We're gonna have to educate you. I'm gonna have to educate you real good, yeah. Observation number 3. Yeah, brother. Momo really doesn't care about school at all. We're gonna have to change that. We're gonna have to work on that. We're gonna have to mold her and press her and squeeze every drop of that indifference out of her until she's left with nothing but an agonizing passion for learning.
Okay. I don't know what's gotten into me. What's in this water?
Whoa! They're all single digits. But if you add them all up, you got a pretty high number.
Wait, I mean, if you add them all up, you get a pretty high number.
36 is not a high number in this scenario. Ooh, unless that's 36 wins and 0 losses. Yeah, that's how you gain at least the Intercontinental title belt. Ooh, yeah.
I don't know what's gotten into me, man. I'm just cracked today. Alright, class, so stop fussing over your grades. As long as you take the time to study hard for the final exam, I don't really care what happens. And again, we don't have a frame of reference here, so I'm not sure if the teacher is male or female, but I just went with the natural assumption that the teacher is male, because I can do that, and I'm already straining my voice with all these other characters, so yeah, the teacher is male until proven otherwise. Even though, watch, my bet, how much you want to bet the teacher's actually female? Ah, that's right. Momo, see me off to class. Or if we're lucky, maybe we have a Charlie Brown teacher where it's just unseen, just want teacher. So in that case, my male interpretation wins by default. Hey, how many observations does Bubble have? Like, okay, maybe if I had paid attention and implemented some reading comprehension, then maybe. Ah, Ruby, come banana, welcome. Hey there. Yes, you caught me being like really silly. I can't do girl voices very well, so I just kind of overcompensated in the other direction. So now Bubble sounds like one of my favorite childhood wrestlers, Macho Man Randy Savage. So instead of a cute high-pitched voice like this, it might be a bit more appropriate, if not a little awkward.
She gets this, ooh yeah, big masculine testosterone voice. She's a magical girl with massive gains. Ooh yeah, brother.
So,
observation number 4. Momo doesn't have a plan for the future. So she plans to fail. If she fails to plan, then she plans to she's just gonna fail for a lack of a plan. That's what I'm getting at. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I hope you're feeling better. I know you said you wanted to talk to me, but I don't think this is what you had in mind. I mean, I don't know. I bet if if with the right like helium or the right physical motivation, as in getting special attention to somewhere that probably doesn't want that kind of attention. All right. As in getting kicked in the junk, that might elevate my voice, but other than that, I don't know. I don't think I can naturally sustain an elevated voice in the feminine register, so to say. My voice is at least built for like a higher masculine tone. I mean, I know I'm not like naturally the deepest voice guy or anything like that. So I don't know. I know my voice isn't just like, just like this all the time. But it's much more comfortable kind of hanging out in the lower registers than it is in the higher registers like this. I can't do that for a long time. So that's why I gotta float somewhere in the middle. I can't really do this for too long. You see, already, my voice is getting so hoarse now, I need to take a quick hydrate break. So, and see, I don't know what's gotten into me today. I don't know why I'm being this silly. It's just, it's so unnecessary. I don't know why I'm being so extra right now. But actually, I think today I just had like one of those days where I was just been like kind of on top of things. I've been like almost all of my tasks for today. This is kind of like the last thing that I really, really need to do. Let's see. Yeah, I've. Well, then again, let's see. I mean, I do have a few other things, like kind of bonus activities, if you will, because like I've been getting into the habit of just like really being on top of my Mondays. Because before, Monday used to be like my lazy day, where I would just not do anything outside of the necessary stuff. Like Monday was basically like just for work, so I would just work on Monday. But other than that, like anything other than work was just kind of considered a bonus. But these days I've kind of had a bit of a paradigm shift where for me now, Monday is like I don't want to put if I had to put an awkward, cheesy label on it, I'd be like, Motivation Monday, you know, as in like that's the day I get up, I do my exercises, do my streaming, I try to catch up on reading a little bit, so... yeah, which actually was brought up in the earlier part of the chat during the warm-up. We were talking about reading. So, yeah, I try to just kind of get on top of things. Now, normally, Tuesday is kind of like that day for me, but it's like almost more like a makeup day. Like I'm making up for not being motivated on Monday. So, I don't know. I figured now that like these days with a more proactive Monday, yeah, I guess I'm a bit more just satisfied with things in general. So it's like, yeah, like I'm a slightly less stressed, even when it comes to just dealing with day-to-day life stuff. Like, my apartment is actually like fairly clean, so yeah, I don't even have to worry about that. So like cleaning has been taken care of. Like, yeah, I'm just on top of things. So that feeling of being on top of things just kind of has me in a right space where I can just kind of be a bit goofier, a bit sillier than I normally would be, I guess. So, hence the excessive silliness. Or I don't know, maybe this apple tea just got me wilding out, I guess. I don't know. Oh yeah, this apple tea, it slaps. Like it's the I forgot the name of it, but it comes in like a blue and green packet. And yeah, it's legit. All right. Oh yeah, it's soothing for the throat too, because I'm doing a lot of really wild, hoarse, vocally stressful voices here. So I don't know. But yeah. I'm see that this is what I'm doing for you guys. I'm trying to put out some more quality content. So I'm making these sacrifices for the masses. So I'm doing this for you. Anyway, let's get back to class here. Momo, do you know why you're here? Not really. You... Have you thought about what you're going to do after school? Not really. You don't have a plan to, I don't know, find a job somewhere? Can I go to university? Honestly, though, like, she's kind of being real for that, because, let's see, I mean, I do feel like a lot of times people do go to, not necessarily just to college, but even going for, like, their masters and doctorates. I feel like they do that to kind of, delay, kind of having to figure out next steps. So, I can totally understand that. I'm not even mad at her for that one. And so, wait, what? Okay. So yeah, looks like something weird happened in my chat. Like, so I think somebody kind of, I don't know what just happened there, but anyway. So, as I was saying with Momo's situation, I feel like that's kind of fairly true to life, where it's like, come on, these kids are like what, 17, 18 at this point, like having to decide what to do with the rest of their life. It's like, man, when I was that age, I kind of had an idea. I knew that I wanted to be a teacher. At this point, actually, I feel like I was kind of like where Momo is right now. I related to that. I was like, all right, I want to be a successful author, or if that doesn't work out, I'll be a teacher. So, yeah, you can see how that went. But then again, too, it's like you never really know what kind of opportunities will come up, too, as time goes on, because I graduated back when England was young and knights were brave and bold. So my career choices mostly included being a serf, maybe being a knight if I interned with an already existing knight at the time. So, like I didn't know that becoming a VTuber or a social media influencer would be a thing. Like by the time I graduated high school, social media was really just beginning. I mean, I'm really dating myself here. Like, I'm talking like MySpace. Like, Facebook was the new kid on the block. As in, Facebook was kind of like what is it? Like, not even Instagram and Twitter. Those are getting kind of old too. Like, what's even the newest thing? Like, it was kind of, I don't know, like, what even is, like, I'm not even counting, like, this new wave of, like, Twitter likes. Like, I'm not talking about Blue Sky or Threads. Like, those are kind of imitating. But I'm wondering, like, what's, like, the newest, like, actual social media platform out there? I mean, I'm guessing Instagram is kind of still, like, we haven't had a new thing in a while, but I guess maybe Instagram is probably, like, the youngest one out of, like, all the existing ones that are big. So, yeah, so I'm talking like back when Facebook was the Instagram of social media, where it was like the new kid that everyone was like really curious about. So, and of course that opened up all kinds of avenues for like, becoming an influencer, becoming a YouTuber, becoming a VTuber, all of these like surprisingly lucrative career fields. But I don't know. Then again, I mean, I feel like that's just kind of the world that we live in, where of course, we always criticize all the time, like, it's not really fair that we have, like, celebrities and football players making, like, thousands and millions and gajillions times more than teachers, where it's like, yeah, I mean, I feel like that was kind of, I mean, I still think it sucks, don't get me wrong, like, that really does, that does show how skewed our priorities really are, but at the same time, that really is kind of telling how much we are invested in entertainment, first and foremost. I mean, again, you have like, 19, 20-year-old kids doing this exact thing, but then they blow up and they become like millionaires. I don't want to say overnight, because I mean, I do think it's a lot of luck, but a lot of work that happens behind the scenes too. I mean, I know just from me being a bit more on the dabbling end, like even just dabbling in this sort of thing does require a lot of work, a lot of know-how, and even a good bit of luck, making the right connections for certain things to happen too. So yeah, it's not an overnight success thing, but it's a very interesting, I guess it's very surprising in that it's not an opportunity that you would traditionally think of that would lead to that degree of financial freedom, I guess, because again, like, back in my day, the idea was, you go to school, you become a doctor or a lawyer, like, that's like the big money, FU money, financial freedom path, but yeah, the reality that we ended up really like funneling ourselves into, man, so different, so different. So, all that to say that yeah, like, I totally understand Momo's confusion here in life at this point, and not knowing what to do, because it comes down to one at that point, you only have maybe the faintest idea of what you want to be. Two, college, like normally that exposes you to so many not only different ideas but different life paths and different opportunities that it's not uncommon to start your major as one thing and then switch to something else completely. Or even, again, later on in life, that happens too. I mean, I've talked to tons of people who might have been like, oh yeah, I was like an architect for like for like a couple decades, then I switched to computers things or whatever, or even kind of interesting moves like, oh, I was this for so many years, then I became a teacher. So it's like, yeah, life is just so it's kind of crazy how you expect a student to have a solid plan when their brain matter isn't even solid yet. So I don't know, all that to empathize with Momo, and to just say to any of you who might be listening and haven't quite figured it out yet, I mean, life just be lifing. So you really can't know, you can't tell for sure. So I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot of pressure that teachers place on students to have the plan and it's a bit disingenuous, because I'm sure many teachers who are teachers, myself included, I can definitely attest that no, we didn't plan on this necessarily. I think very few teachers go into teaching as their direct plan that they just like set their sights on right from the jump. But I mean, I'm sure it happens. But I think a lot of people stumble into it, whether teaching happens to represent a great opportunity for them to advance their career in other ways, or if they kind of just fell into it from a series of missteps. So either way, you basically kind of have the blind leading the blind, I think, is what I'm getting at there. So, and the blind encouraging the blind to take a leap, which isn't always a bad thing, but I think when you put too much pressure behind it, it can be. So, I don't know, rant over. Let's get back to the story. Oh, okay, so now here's the teacher's rebuttal. So I had my ranting lecture. Let's see what Teach has to say. I'm going to give it to you straight. There's no way you're going to get into university with these grades. I mean, grades do matter. So yeah, I think it's a matter of yeah, it's important to work hard. So I can get that aspect of it, to work hard to give yourself more opportunities. So if that's the angle, all right, I can get with it. But to really expect a student to have a full life plan by 16, 17, maybe even 18, that's a hard sell, especially these days with everything being just so unstable as it is, man. Oh, I definitely feel for like not only my generation as the ones that kind of are somewhat the victims of the path of the ladder being ripped out from under us mid-climb, but I definitely feel for those that are like in younger generations, like the Gen Z kids that are still in school. I think the tail end of Gen Z is still in school right now, as the leading edge of Gen Alpha is kind of where Z and Alpha meet. Like that, Z and Alpha still meet in the classroom. I think they're still at that stage. And so yeah, so for that generation that's still trying to figure things out, I mean, even the young adult generation, like the ones that are like in their mid-20s and whatnot, that's kind of a rough time, I think, especially in this job market climate, globally speaking. But I'm going way beyond the scope and depth of this game here. Let's get back to it. All right. Let's see. Like, finish a scene without an old man monkey rant challenge. Failing, but let's continue. Even if you spend the next 2 months studying your ass off, I doubt you're going to make it. And for the record, I don't swear, I don't use profanity, but I don't know. That one caught me off guard, and yes, it's in the text, so I'm gonna be an adult about it. Come on. But then, teachers shouldn't be swearing at their students anyway. Come on, what is that? Yeah, I take that back. No swearing in the classroom. What is up with that? Teachers should not be used. That's unprofessional language, sir. We're gonna report you to the principal for that. Somebody recorded that on their iPhone. Or they're like me, they're Android. But anyway, that's beside the point. Hey, talk to your parents about this, okay? It's time to start job hunting. No, it's not! You're a kid! Maybe if you're lucky, you'll find someone willing to hire a high school graduate.
Observation number 5. Oh yeah, you thought I forgot. You thought I forgot that we're Macho Man Randy Savage casters bubble, right? Yeah. Oh, brother, yeah, you can't. Ooh, brother, I'm gonna drop observation number 5 on you, and when it drops, ooh, you're gonna feel it all the way down to your bones. You're gonna feel it seeping into your marrow, and it's just gonna drive you wild with anticipation. You just can't handle it. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to end one of those Macho Man rant bursts without busting into laughter. I think the trick is drugs. I think he was able to do that with a straight face on drugs. I can't even imitate it without just giggling like a kid afterwards. All right.
Momo really doesn't have a single friend, nor does it seem like she wants one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to drink a lot of water this stream. Not even for my own health and well-being and hydration, but just for my poor throat. I have volunteered to do the most, and I gotta lock in and commit to it. Ugh.
Aren't you going for lunch?
What for? Huh? What for? There's no one to eat with anyway.
But that doesn't mean you should skip your meals. You should brush your teeth, say your prayers, and eat your lunch, brother. Oh yeah. That's a part of, see that right there? That right there is a part of your problem. You don't have the stamina, the fortitude to eat a proper nutritional meal. You can't be out here skipping your meals like that. That's insanity. Ooh, don't get me worked up, brother. You don't wanna see me when I'm worked up. It ain't a good look.
It's still too troublesome.
I'll eat with you.
Eh.
Yeah, go buy some bread from the school store. I'm making sure you eat. That bread's gonna soak down your throat when you put it in your mouth. It is gonna melt in your cheeks, and it's gonna
Pause. I can't. Alright, I'm just gonna stick to the script from now on, because when I go off script, I don't know what's gotten into me today. I'm just saying some weird stuff, man. I don't even think it's like Macho Man character weird stuff anymore. That was a slippery slope to some diabolical territory. Oh man.
I've been observing Momo for the past week or so, and so far, things are not looking good. Whoa, not good at all. I know I'm just here to help her graduate, but I can't help but genuinely worry about her now that I'm a part of her life. It's just not looking good for her. I gotta make sure she's doing okay.
Oh, okay, we're finally back to some color and some images. All right, yes.
Momo, the situation is dire. Absolutely diabolically dire. It needs your urgent attention, yeah.
Hasn't everyone ever told you not to speak with your mouth full? Momo looks disgusted by Bubble. Bubble pays her no attention.
I've been following you around the past weekend. Your life is basically in shambles. Oh, I just can't stand it. I can't take it anymore. Your life is a mess, and I hate being here, but I committed to the bit, so I just gotta stick around and make sure everything turns around and make sure you're okay. Ooh, but I'm here now, so it's gonna get better. Oh yeah, you better believe it, cause I better believe it too. Together we're just gonna believe it. It's gonna be magical, alright? Oh yeah, straight magical. It's gonna be dazzling, sparkling, glittering, fantastically or fantastically wonderful. Yeah, I'm here to make sure that you best believe. Oh yeah. You're failing all of your classes, not a single one of them. I'm gonna suplex the brains right back into your skull, if that's what it takes. Man, this big wand of mine that's in my hand, yeah, we're gonna do some magic, alright. Yet you're sleeping in all class. You're sleeping in all class, not just one, not just two, all class. Oh, sleeping in all of them.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Also, do you really not have anything you want to do in the future? Not a single thing. You just want to sleep in all your classes till you're old and gray and shriveled and useless. You're gonna become a fixture at the desk. You're gonna become the new resident of the school, like a girl I know named Anne who didn't do her homework and didn't do her mystery properly. That's gonna be you.
What? Momo doesn't care about this conversation at all. She focuses on her sandwich. I think whoever put cabbage into this sandwich should die.
No cursing others, Momo. It's not a good look. It's not what we stand for around here at Magical Girl High. Are you trying to get me fired from my mission, Momo?
But why would you put cabbage in a sandwich? All right, pause. She is right though. I mean, I am a casual cabbage enjoyer. I think I've got a head of cabbage right now in my fridge as we speak. I probably should have finished it though, like about a week ago maybe. I mean, it's still healthy, it's still good. But like, cause I got an air fryer, right? So what I like to do is I like to peel off a couple of layers. And what I might need to do is I might need to like just dice it at this point, because like as I'm peeling off layers at a time, of course the head gets smaller and smaller. So now it's like about the size of like a baby head. So like a baby human head. So it's like tiny, because you know before when you start off with a cabbage, it's like this big old head, this big head thing, right? But now it's kind of shriveled down, like not really shriveled, but it's shrunken significantly as I've ripped layers off of it. But yeah, I like to chop up the leaves. And, you know, maybe do like a bit of like a salt and vinegar treatment to it. Or maybe soy sauce. Yeah, I got soy sauce. And stick it in there, let it do its thing. And yes. I mean, you can only do it for so long. There's like a very delicate balance, at least with my air fryer. I'm an air fryer newbie, so I don't really know what I'm doing most of the time with it. But I don't know. But sometimes, like, even if I overdo it, even if it ends up being a little too crispy, it's still kind of legit. Like for as long as it's like brown crispy. If it's black burnt, then yeah, you know I messed up. But normally I put it in for like, I think less than 10 minutes is good for like almost anything that I throw in there. So almost anything I throw in there, like 10 minutes, like because it defaults to 15, but 10 minutes is normally all I need. But all of that to say that yeah, sometimes like just a little bit of like cabbage. I've grown. I have a particular fondness of cabbage, but even with that stated, I can't really imagine it like in a sandwich. Like Momo, what? Like, who made the sandwich though, Momo? That's the bigger question. Like, is this not your sandwich or? Oh, okay. I guess Bubbles is sharing her sandwich with Momo. I guess that's what's going on. I'm assuming that's the setup. All right. Well, anyway, let's see. Okay, well we got some ads coming up, so I might just continue filibustering a little bit. I I don't know. Maybe I might just I might just buy. Oh, did you hear that voice crack? Maybe I'll just. So yeah, yeah. But see, this is why I can't stream for multiple days in a row. We're like an hour in the stream, and already like my voice is like dead. All right, so I'm gonna take a quick break. Yeah, because I need to bio after all the fluids I've been drinking here. So I'm gonna take a quick break, and let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a really quick, super quick break. Yeah. All right, so I'll be back. All right, see, I told you it'd be fast. All right, so yeah, I'm back. And I don't know, I kind of like this music. It kind of reminds me vaguely of like Undertale with that. I don't know, and maybe even a little bit like Earthbound too. But it's like, again, a little slightly more magical girl, whimsically flavored than those two things. But yeah, I can hear a bit of an audio resemblance, I guess. Okay, I'll put it this way. If there was ever a Mother 4, or like another entry in the Earthbound series, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a track that sounds kind of like this. I think that's what I'm getting at. Yeah. Speaking of which, I need to like, no, never mind. I'm not even gonna do that because I was about to say, well, whether or not I do it on stream, I do need to finish playing those games because I've played Mother 1. I mean, yeah, as in Earthbound 0 or Earthbound Beginnings, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, that's kind of one of my low key. It's not anything that would necessarily consciously make any of my like gaming lists because Chrono Trigger is like the ultimate game to me. But yeah, now that one, that's always gonna get a shout out. But Earthbound 0, as I knew it as, it's definitely one of those games where it's yeah, low key. Like it's one of those ones that I might forget that I enjoy unless something like this kind of reminds me of it. And then it's like, oh yeah, I love that game. Now Earthbound, the one that most people know, and it's been riffed on to death. Oh my god, like I feel like if we see another Earthbound game, it might be too soon. But I mean, Earthbound like inspired game, that might be too soon. But yeah, I think I got stuck in a part in Earthbound. So like I'm like in oh yeah, okay, yep, I'm catching up on messages here, other messages. But yeah, water break, definitely, yes, for sure. So yes, let's see. What was I saying? Yeah, Earthbound. It's a fun game, but yeah, I would love to see a fourth one. But yeah, I'm gonna have to finish the games that are already out, maybe off stream. So, or maybe it might be like an incidental stream, like kind of like how Fallout New Vegas is right now. The game that I'm just kind of bopping around with, like not really serious with. All right, let's see. So yeah, back to Momo and her cabbage sandwich. Cabbage tastes disgusting. Okay, no, for once, I strongly disagree. Cabbage is legit. Okay, now especially now, my favorite cabbage is, like I said, air fryer cabbage is legit. And boiled cabbage. You know, boil it with the right, vinegar and salt. Like, again, I typically don't like salt and vinegar on most things, but cabbage, well, maybe because cabbage is appropriately bland enough to absorb the flavor properly. I don't know the logistics, but yeah, cabbage is not disgusting. Cabbage is legit. It's like probably like one of the best sides ever for like a proper meal.
You don't like cabbage? Well, what's the matter with you?
You do?
No.
Then why? Bubble, I'm legit disappointed in you right now. Like, come on now. Like, what? You're dropping. Come on, you're letting Momo intimidate you out of your like for cabbage. Like, what is up with this? Come on now, Bubble.
But that's beside the point, brother. Why would you buy a sandwich with cabbage in the first place?
Oh, okay. Oh, this was a store-bought sandwich. I thought it was a homemade one. But yeah, like. Okay, well, since this was store-bought, unless this is a cabbage sandwich, now that's another thing. I want to figure out if this is a cabbage sandwich or if this is a sandwich that happens to feature cabbage, because that's a big deal. Because all right, for instance, hamburgers. In fact, I had a hamburger not that long ago because I was supposed to go out for ribs, but the restaurant was it was closed down, relocating. I didn't know, but anyway, my thing is burgers. Now I went to get burgers. I went to get a hamburger from Burger King, and I don't like onions. Okay, unless it's like onion rings or like fried onions, like regular onions that you just chop and slap on the burger. That ain't it for me, right? So yeah, normally it's normal for them to be there, you know, like I'm not gonna say, oh, I just don't, they don't belong there. I mean, I get it. It's a very common, is it a condiment or like, okay, no, from where I'm from, we call it a fixin'. So it's a very common fixin' for, you know, like your lettuce, oh wait, what happened? Okay, we rolled the wheel. Oh, okay, sorry, I touched the mouse and it rolled the wheel, so. Okay, so yeah, rolling the wheel goes through dialogue too, I forgot. So, what was I saying? So onions, I don't like them. They're on the burger. I mean, unless they're like sauteed onions. Oh my gosh, that's a whole different story. Okay, so we're talking about just your standard run-of-the-mill, chop the onion, put it on the burger. For me, that's a nah, fam. Actually, not even 100%, because there are some times where it's okay. I have to be in a very special mood. I have to be in a very special mood for that, right? But I don't make a big deal out of it. I just take them off and enjoy the rest of the burger that I do enjoy. It's just that simple. So that's going back to cabbage sandwich over here. So of course by that logic, there's no way I would buy an onion sandwich, right? Unless it's like sauteed. If it's sauteed onions or like onion ring onions, you know, I might try an onion burger, fine. But as far as just straight up regular plain onions, you're not gonna catch me buying that, right? So how do we end up with a cabbage sandwich here? So again, is it a sandwich that is made entirely of cabbage, where that is the feature, or is it cabbage as it is just present there, just staring at you menacingly? So I don't know. Let's find out. Okay. That's beside the point. There we go. That's where we left off. It looked like lettuce, okay? Okay, Momo. You're not entirely wrong. Now, I mean, at a glance, that is true at a glance. But come on, lettuce is greener, though. Like cabbage is just pale lettuce by comparison. That's really true, though. It's just pale lettuce, right? It's pale lettuce that's harder. It's like harder, paler lettuce. I don't know. That's basically what it is to me. Who uses cabbage as a replacement for lettuce? Facts. That's probably the truest thing you said in this entire conversation. That's the realest thing.
May I see the wrapping for a moment?
Knock yourself out. Momo passes her sandwich to Bubble.
Momo? It clearly says cabbage here in the list of ingredients. What's the matter with you?
What kind of loser reads the list of ingredients?
I bet Taro from down the street reads the list of ingredients on everything he buys. And you know what?
What?
I bet Taro reads all the terms and conditions.
Yo, what's with all the Taro glaze? Who is Taro and why are we glazing him so much? And who reads all the terms and conditions? Who's got time for that? That's like half of a novel. Most of the language is the same thing, but it's like, this party here to after referred to as blank, and this party here, which here to after refers to the end user. Like, and then it's kind of like, it gets... that's something I've never actually done. Like chat, I think we're gonna do that someday. We're gonna read the terms and conditions of something. We're gonna make a whole stream out of reading the terms and conditions. Because I bet you if we started reading the terms and conditions about an hour ago, we'd have maybe just finished maybe 10 minutes ago. Like, it's just crazy. Like it's, I feel like they kind of just like it's basically filibuster in text form, where they just kind of just put so much words, they just throw so many words at you that you read it until you just can't read anymore and you just click OK. You just wear out of patience and you click OK. I feel like that's very much intentional. I think Taro needs to get a life. Agreed. Oh, even Bubble is like, yeah, I can't disagree there. Yeah, Taro do be wasting his life sometimes, just doing silly things. He's a silly guy, but he's very meticulous, so yeah, I gotta hand it to him. Let's see. We started streaming. Stream started about right at 12 sharp. So yeah, we've been streaming now for just over an hour now. I think I did the 10-minute warm-up. Yeah, so I started, so yeah, I think I've decided that for stream, I'm going to, if everything goes well, then I start the warm-up at, according to my time zone, 11:50 is when I hit the start streaming button. And so that gives me 10 minutes to do my prep, get my water ready, do my pre-stream rituals, get everything all ready and set to go, so that by the time we hit 12 sharp, we're ready to actually begin stream. So yeah, that's the plan. So I think that's how I'm gonna do it from now on. I mean, we might slip up here and there. I'm not known for being super punctual, but yeah, that's kind of the goal. That's kind of the goal. That is the blueprint.
Wait, why are we talking about Taro from down the street? What about him? Like you leave my mans out of this, all right? What's your problem? Are you eyeing Taro?
I don't know. You brought him up.
We were talking about your future. Oh yeah, that's what we were focusing on. We need to focus on the price. Keep our eyes on the prize. And I don't mean Taro. I mean you graduating, getting out of here, so I can have Taro all to myself. Oh yeah. Wait, did I say that out loud? No, I didn't. Ooh, no.
Who cares about my future?
I do, Momo. I'm here. I care. If going to university isn't a viable option, what about writing?
Oh my gosh, I just let rip the wildest burp. Oh my gosh, so I might actually have to quit doing this voice because it is like low-key killing my throat here. I might have to tap out. But we'll see. Actually, I think it does help that I'm kind of breaking it up by doing like actual natural voice commentary, just letting my voice relax a little bit. And I am making sure I stay hydrated, so keeping things flowing smoothly. But oh man, oh no, my voice is gonna be so hoarse tomorrow for work. Well, that's gonna make for a fun story, I guess. But yeah. Let's see. Let's get back to it. Momo feels her heart sink. Oh snap! Oh, we're gonna have a music shift because yeah, music just stopped. Oh, this is. I think that cut deep. Oh man. And honestly, I feel like that's kind of how I feel as a self-confessed. I don't want to say I'm a failed writer, but I'm a frustrated one. But then I've been getting back into writing, just in a very different way. So the story that's been inside me for like a very long time, it's kind of pivoting towards something else. So I don't know. Maybe that passion will ignite another passion, but I don't know. I think my life's course. Oh man, I'm getting way too deep here. But I think for as long as I'm maintaining some connection to creativity, I think that's the thing. I think that's the thing that's keeping me going right now. I mean, as far as, passions in life, that sort of thing. Just being in that creative space and exploring the many different expressions that it could lead to. So I think that's becoming the most important part for me. Yeah. But I can, again, Momo is me. I relate to this girl a little too much. Like, yo, what? I'm feeling, I uncomfortably relate to this character. Like, yeah, this was me at that age. Wow.
Your client form clearly states that you enjoy writing. Look, apparently you've even won
Okay, Momo. All right. So yeah, okay, she's more accomplished than me. I've never won awards for my writing. Let's see. No, I did write a short story in college that was popular within my class. I've written 2 short stories that everyone was like, "Oh yeah, this is great. Oh my gosh, this was really good." But I've never really submitted anything for like rewards. I did have one of my short stories that I did have to present for I guess there's like a conference where kind of like showing off the talent of the different departments. And so of course I was in the creative writing department when I wrote that story. And so yeah, my story was one of the ones that was chosen to be presented. So yeah. So I mean I think that's the closest I've ever gotten to like rewards. Getting any sort of awards for my writing. I think I was too late to actually submit it for like the student magazine, things like that. So yeah, I've never done that before, but I kind of lightly regret doing that because man, I had a pretty banger short story at the time. I mean, looking back, if I look back on it now, I'd probably find it cringe, but at least through my nostalgia goggles and just my memories of the feelings around that story. Yeah, it was pretty banger, but I kind of surprised myself too because I took a bit of a break from writing, and then I kind of got back into it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I still got it, yeah. So I felt really good about kind of dusting off the writing talent, so to say, but I don't know, like I feel like I can only do that so many times though. So I think if I were to try to get back into it again, I'm not really sure if I'd ever like become a published author. That's something that I'm slowly realizing that the someday for that is becoming more and more distant and perhaps even unattainable. But I'm satisfied with exploring other avenues of creativity. So I don't know. I feel like writing will be that thing that I will get back to, but it's my first love when it comes to creative expression. So I feel like you never forget that first love, and who knows? Maybe someday. I mean, I hate saying someday because someday kind of has that tendency of depending on the future self and shifting off that responsibility. But I am taking steps, though. I am taking steps. So someday is attainable because I am taking small steps today. So that's the most important part. You can look forward to someday only if you're taking small steps today. So that's my lesson to you on that. But for now, writing has become that someday that I'm taking baby steps towards making. Tomorrow's me will get to say today. Anyway, cheesy inspiration speech aside, let's get back to it.
First place in an elementary school creative writing competition, brother.
Okay, elementary school. Okay, I thought she did something. Oh, Momo. You are me. You are the girl fail version of me. Oh my gosh, Momo. You got to get back on the horse, girl. There's still time. You are still young. You are in high school. You still have the whole world ahead of you. You can do this. I believe in you, Momo. Yeah. We're gonna get the good ending for Momo.
And first place in a nationwide creative writing competition at the elementary level.
Alright, so I mean, yeah, strong start. Oh, yeah, okay, I get it. Momo is definitely a burnout. We gotta help our girl here. This is why we're here, brother. This is exactly why we're here. There's cabbage in my sandwich. More, wait, what is the deal? Is this a cabbage sandwich or a sandwich with cabbage in it? Like, come on. I gotta know.
Are you listening to me, brother? Or are you just daydreaming, lost in the sauce of your cabbage sandwich? The cabbage is gonna be there until you pull it out. You gotta peel out the cabbage. It's already there, but you gotta fuck up. What do you want me to do about it?
Okay, that sounded a lot like Krillin. She went from Momo, who was kind of modeling after, I was basically trying to do a Suyo impression of Sue from My Hero Academia. In case you didn't know. So I can kind of see the resemblance. You take off the glasses, she's got the same kind of long, slightly messy hair. Like, yeah, I could see her being somewhat inspired by Sue from, she does look a lot like Froppy, but again, with a very different demeanor. So yeah, that was kind of the voice I was aiming for. That maybe with a bit of a Daria mix. Yeah, I can see. Yep, that's exactly who she is. She's Daria with a bit of Froppy. Yeah.
Become a writer. Are you delusional? Become a writer? Are you delusional?
Yeah, I feel like that should have also been a question as well. Like, that was too statement-y. They needed a question mark there.
That's a pipe dream.
Come on now, you're too young to give up on your dreams. Don't be a crusty curmudgeon like me. You gotta keep dreaming. Don't give it up, Solo. Dreaming. Don't give it up, Luffy. Dreaming. Don't give it up, Nami. Okay. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Just do it!
Okay.
But the awards!
Those are just dumb elementary school competitions. Do you really think being a good writer as a kid means anything? All it does is make people expect things from you. When you don't deliver, they get disappointed and move on to the next kid who's a little good at... Oh, no. No. Momo. No. That hit a little too deep. Oh, man. Yo. Yeah, this kid's definitely got that kind of classic, honor student burnout. Like, yeah, the gifted kid burnout. Man. Oh, yeah, that kind of turns things into something else at this point. Like, yo, yep, I can relate to that. Ooh, all right, from one burnout to another, Momo, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. That goes for you guys too, right? It's, you know, we gotta learn to pivot and be adaptable. Especially because, well, one, we already know that the system between school and career, yeah, we all know that system's jacked. But my generation, we didn't know. Like the ground was crumbling beneath us, right? Like I think, like I said before, like the ladder was ripped out from under us. But yeah, I think for current generations, like they know that path no longer exists. So it's all about being adaptable and pivoting. And finding that new passion. If you're not good at one thing, and then of course you can double down too, because it's like, all right, just because you're not the best at something doesn't mean you're not good at something. And I mean, especially writing. Come on, it's a very common thing to see some very questionable talent get published. But again, that often depends on a lot of other factors too. So I don't know. It's yeah, but again, that's not to diminish or discredit her feelings here, because yeah, that sense of burnout, that's definitely a valid thing, and that can be pretty harsh. And so yeah, I mean, I can. She's on to something there. She is cooking in her own way. let's see. Let's move on. Eventually, they'll find what they've been looking for. But I'm not going to be that person. Give it up, alright? Momo's heart is sunk to the bottom of the ocean. Oh, it's getting torn apart by hungry fish. Momo briefly wonders if fish can eat cabbage. I'm never going to go anywhere. Not with my grades, not with my writing. I don't even want to graduate. Alright, no, I was never that bad. Like, well, but then again, I think at that point in life, yeah, like, actually when I was in Momo's position in life, I was a lot more hopeful. So yeah, I wasn't quite ready to throw in the towel quite yet at that point, but I think life had to weather me down to get to that point. But man, that's pretty sad that that's her starting point. Like, that's base level Momo right there. Eesh. All right, but hey, that's what we're here for, though. Yeah, we are the magical girl who's going to save the day. Ooh, yeah, brother. I'm probably gonna drop out or something. Graduating just feels like an end. What do I do after that? Hell if I know. At least if I don't graduate, the story can't end. Oh, I don't like where this is going, especially knowing that, the content warning that we had. Come on now. Yeah, we gotta help this girl out here.
Ooh, but you have to graduate. You can't throw in the towel.
Why?
I don't see graduating as an end. It's more of the end of a chapter. Yeah, you gotta turn the page. Keep on reading that story that you're writing. You gotta read it and you're writing it at the same time. You're putting the pen to the page. You just gotta keep that pen moving, brother. Yeah, you gotta keep it moving until you can't move it anymore, and then you stop because you got hand cramps and you gotta stretch out your hand. You gotta get another pen and then you gotta keep on writing some more, and then you just gotta keep on pressing that lead into the page until the pencil just snaps, brother. Then you gotta get another one, then you gotta get sharpen the one. You gotta go to the store and pen.
Okay, I can't keep doing this. All right. Okay, I think I was kind of forcing it that time. All right. Yeah. Wow, I was kind of forcing it that time. All right.
You get to start another one after that.
Yeah, that is true, man. Like, all right. So yeah, this game is getting like, I was expecting it to get spooky, but yeah, it's getting pretty real. And so far, we haven't made a single choice yet. We're still just kind of going through the narrative here. We haven't even had the chance to make a single choice yet. That's wild. But then again, I mean, I feel like my rants and pauses and interruptions and all of that have kind of slowed us down too. So it's partly my fault, but yeah, this is a lot of setup.
But if you don't ever end this chapter, it'll just keep on going on and on and on and on. What if it never ends?
And I guess I'll just die to end it. Come on now. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, this girl just needs a hug, a cookie, some head pats, and just somebody to tell her it's gonna be alright. I mean, it's not even like... Okay, so even if she doesn't end up where she plans on ending up in life, you just never really know, right? I mean, okay, so if her perfect path eludes her, she might have to work at like a crummy office job for a bit, or, you know, I'm sure she'll find some sort of enjoyment in life elsewhere. Like, I don't know, maybe maybe she might meet the right guy or the right partner or something, or maybe she might be satisfied with her friend groups, or hey, who knows, she might meet like a rich guy who might just completely take her off the career path altogether. She gets to be a housewife. That's the thing. I mean, you just never really know where life will take you. I mean, at that point, when you're like 17, 18, you know enough to navigate the world of academics, the world of grades and accomplishments. But I think as you get older, you'll find out that there's so much more to it than that. There's, like, life isn't something that you can control. I mean, there are lots more variables than, like, okay, because, yeah, in that world, test prep is the key to surviving, at least for someone as grade focused, So you find out that you can do all the right things and still mess up. Like that's kind of one of those life lessons that you very rarely learn when you're locked in the world of academia. It's such a world of what you put in is what you get out, especially if you're like this type of person where you don't really engage in the social side of things very much. Like I didn't. I had friends, blah blah blah, but I mean I didn't really socialize as much. So like if not to say it's like a major regret, but if I had to do it over again, or if I were to tell my kids the best way to navigate, I would recommend that they do put a little bit of time and effort and focus on the social side, like making friends, making memories with the people around them that matter, learning how to navigate like breakups, whether that's a friend breakup or like a relationship breakup, learning how to like even just have those skills to begin with, because especially these days, oh my god, like our social skills are just shot as a generation, or not even as a generation, but just as a current year. I mean generation in the broad sense of current year people that are existing on the earth right now. Our social skills are just kind of shot overall. Well, I mean, mostly because of, we had that thing, the cough heard around the world. We had that, but then too, I mean, I think especially in first world, like very career-driven countries and cultures, yeah, that's definitely something, a bit of the trade-off that I don't want to say hasn't been anticipated, but it's a bit of a trade-off that hasn't been properly accounted for, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I think as that kind of culture, we've got to really put ourselves in that direction to where grades are over accomplishments, not just grades, but accomplishments are kind of the big thing, and we lose social skills along the way. And without accomplishments, our whole self-esteem, our whole sense of self is based on those accomplishments, and that's not necessarily the case. Fight Club. That's a great example of a book that kind of delves into that. So yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, actually pick up the book, read Fight Club. That is your reading assignment, all right? From your teacher, from Instructor Monkey Bro, read Fight Club.
Momo!
What? It was a joke.
What kind of joke is that, brother? I don't understand. I can't process your sense of humor. It's busted. We gotta fix that.
And again, another monkey rant. Yeah, self-deprecating humor. We gotta let that go. I don't even think it's really that common anymore, but I remembered like in like around like the 2010s, around that era, it seemed like a lot of it seemed like self-deprecating humor was kind of popular, at least in the circles that I was familiar with, right? And one time I pulled that at a job I was at. We were kind of like ride sharing together, and I said something that was like a little less than self-appreciating. I don't even think it was like that big of a thing. And that's the thing. All right, if you want to be forced into self-esteem, you gotta work at a job with black women, all right? Because like I said something like that. I think I was the new guy in the job, and we were talking about ourselves, whatever. And I said something that was like a little less than self-appreciating. And basically, they both looked at me. They're like, we don't do that here. They hit me with the Black Panther. We don't do that here. So basically, like I got bullied into having some self-esteem, some self-respect, at least for that moment. So yeah, I think pretty much that was all it took from that day forward. I made a point of like, I don't think it's very rare of me to make self-deprecating humor. I don't want to say I never do it. In fact, I want to say I close to never do it now from that point, because every time I think about that, like making a self-disparaging joke, it's like I see those women clear as day just looking back at me like, no, nah, we don't do that here. I'm like, whoa, what? Okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm not even the best person at like really loving and appreciating myself, but that was definitely like that was a turning point. That was a solid turning point for me. So I encourage that to you. I don't really like that type of humor where, because I mean, I guess it's fun to make those kind of jokes, but it can be kind of cringe to hear them when, for instance, like, okay, it's like, say if you're like walking down the street or whatever with a friend, and you pass a dumpster. Your friend's like, oh, look, there's my house, or hey, that's where I belong. You know, it's like, bro or sis, have some self-respect. It's like, no, you are not trash. Like, do I look like the type of person that hangs out with trash? Like, what? Don't answer that. But anyway, so yeah, I think it's kind of, yeah, self-deprecating humor, that's gotta go. I feel like overall, maybe again because I keep smaller circles, or maybe because it's not as popular to do in, like, even in entertainment. Like, it's been a long time since I've seen a movie or TV show where a character kind of does that kind of self-effacing humor. So I'm glad that it's kind of gone out of style, and I'm not eager to see that come back. But then again, I feel like we got a whole bunch of other trends going on that I'm not really a big fan of these days anyway. But that's all for another rant that I'm sure we'll unlock eventually. A funny one? Oh yeah, what kind of joke is that? A funny one?
Do you see me laughing, brother? I will suplex you through the mat if you dare say something like that again about yourself. Yeah, you heard me.
And yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it. I'm like, yeah, like no, I don't laugh at those kind of jokes. Like I don't find that funny. Like, no, when you're around me, you're gonna respect me, and you're gonna respect yourself while you're at it. So yeah, I totally agree with that.
I'm just trying to help you here.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Eh?
Aren't you doing this for yourself? Aren't you just helping me because you have to win some stupid magical girl title? Ooh, shocked Pikachu face. Although I don't really care if you're helping me out of obligation. But if you're just gonna provide me with some if you're just gonna provide me with some half-assed compassion, then I'd rather you stay out of my business.
Momo.
Gosh, why'd I buy this sandwich? I hate cabbage. Oh, is this gonna be a thing? Is she gonna just like love cabbage by the end of this? Because it's like, oh, cabbage is gonna mean something. It's gonna take on this symbolic meaning of their bond. I don't know. Yeah, watch. I bet in the good ending, she's gonna eat a cabbage sandwich and think fondly of her time with Bubble, the magical girl. She's gonna think fondly of this conversation, like, man, I was a mess back then, but now I got my life on track. I think everything's gonna be okay. I even like cabbage sandwiches. Yum, 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 yum.
Momo.
What?
To tell you the truth, I was doing this for the title of #1 magical girl. I was gonna gain the intercontinental title of #1 magical girl in the earth. You know how many other planets there are I could be on right now. I could be magical girl of the stars. But this is what matters to me right now. This is my quest. This is my story now, Momo.
Stupid title.
Initially, I just wanted to complete this mission as fast as I could. But girl graduated successfully sounds easy enough, right? But after spending the past week with you, I've realized but I truly care about you, and that I truly want to help you. Not just graduate successfully, but in the future as well. Whenever you need someone there for you, I want to be that person. Yeah, brother. If life gives you lemons, I want to summer slam those lemons into lemonade and splatter it all over the ring. Yeah, and then we'll grab our disposable metal straws, yeah, because we're environmentally conscious, and we'll slurp it right off the mat. Yeah, just like that, brother, and be like, delicious, yummy lemonade flavor by the ring. Oh, yeah, brother, it's gonna just be so quenching of our thirst. Yeah, we'll never be thirsty again. We'll just feel the lemonade tingling in our bellies. It's just till we just burst and it just gushes back all over the ring again. And oh, I just feel it now. I'm in tears just thinking about it.
All right. I can't keep this going.
I want to be your friend, Momo. I want you to write that next chapter. I need you to want that as well. And if I'm being honest, I think that deep down there's a part of you which does want that. I'm begging you once more, although with different intentions this time. Please, let me help you graduate, Momo.
Momo fumbles around for something in her pocket.
Here. Huh?
And just take it, will you?
A piece of candy.
Ooh, piece of candy. It's peach flavored.
Oh, thank you.
I'm only giving it to you because you're being nice, okay? Don't read too much into. Oh, she's a tsundere. Of course she's a tsundere. Ah, our little tsundere Momo.
Momo!
And I'll let you help me since you're being sincere about it and whatnot.
Momo!
I'm sorry for lashing out. That was rude of me.
No, I understand. You don't have to apologize, Momo. Does this mean we're friends?
Yeah, I guess.
Momo!
Bubble clasped Momo's hands in tears.
What? I swear I'll be the bestest friend you'll ever have. I'll help you in whatever way I can, starting with making sure you have a successful graduation. Oh yeah, it'll be like the fairy godmother, like Timmy. It'll be like Timmy Turner and Cosmo and Wanda. Odd parents, fairly odd parents, wands and rings and floaty crowdy things and all that. Yeah. Ooh, it's gonna be tight, brother. And when this chapter ends, we'll write the next one together. Yeah, you betcha. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna have the best time ever. Yeah, lay it here, brother.
I imagine them setting up for the for the Predator handshake with Arnold and Carl Weathers. You know the meme.
Yeah.
Wait. Actually, I'll keep it that way. Momo does the yeah, even though it's not even her voice. Yeah. Wait, okay. I was about to say not another observation. Oh my gosh, what? Bubbles, quit observing.
Observation number 5. Update. Momo has a friend. She got a friend in me. Oh yeah, she got a friend in me. Yeah, brother. Don't pause. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, You just remember what your old pal said. Yeah, you got a friend in me, yeah. Ooh, yeah, I'm that friend. That's me. You got me in you.
Oh God, okay, boss. Why? Why? I didn't mean to. That was not intentional. I mean, I was just sticking to this. That's what the song is saying. It's the song.
She may not want any friends, but she has one. Me.
Okay. Next time. Next time on the 5 steps to ensuring Momo graduates successfully.
My name is Bubble, a magical girl. And these are my 5 steps to ensuring Momo graduates successfully. First, what defines a successful graduation? Did you think about that, brother? Did you put your noggin skills to consideration of what constitutes a successful graduation? All this time, we've been pursuing a goal that we haven't even bothered to put pen and paper to figure out its trajectory, the ergonomics of achieving this goal. That all changes right now. Momo, what do you think constitutes as a successful graduation?
I don't know, man. I think most people consider just simply walking down that graduation aisle and receiving and ending with diploma in hand. I mean, but then again, I was definitely an overachiever back then before I became a burnout. So my overachieving goal, I wasn't like valedictorian or salutatorian enough to like make it that like the goal, but I wanted to get as high up the ladder as I could in consideration of that. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I ranked within the top 10% of my class. So that was pretty good, I think. That was pretty good. So I was happy with that. I mean, again, I was a honor student, all that stuff. So yeah, I took special honors classes when I could have taken it easy with regular kid classes. So actually, I think our system was so jacked up that I think that's what happened. I think our valedictorian was an honors kid, but I think our salutatorian was just like some just regular Joe Schmo kid who just kind of hacked the system. Like they mostly gamed the system to get to earn their rank as like one of those positions. I want to say it might have been the other way around. I think it was like as in like our valedictorian was legit, but I think our salutatorian was a little off. Something like that. I knew one of those was fraudulent, or there were claims of fraudulence. I mean, again, based on gaming the system, right? Taking easier classes. So, yeah, I don't think those were properly weighed in when it came to those sort of things. So it's like, in a way, especially if you're aiming for those accolades, it's like you're almost being punished for aiming for higher, for more challenging classes. So I'm hoping that school, or maybe even those systems, might have set where it's like, all right, in order to become valedictorian or salutatorian, you have to take honors and or AP classes. Like, you can't just coast by on regular, just kind of, because my high school had 2 tracks. I'm not sure if that's still true today, but they had what was called vocational, like if you don't plan on going to college, but you still need enough to get by. And vocational classes would include electives like home ec. I want to say there were like woodshop classes, but I don't think my school had woodshop, but that definitely would have been in that sort of bracket, right? So, like if you're vocational, you would take things like home ec. Honestly, I think that might have been where some of like the actual like financial literacy classes might have been. But like, yeah, you would have basically taken a lot of electives that would have focused on like life skills. But if you were college prep, which is basically honor students were mostly there by default, then yeah, like they would focus on trying to get you funneled into like AP classes, things like that. So yeah, basically prepping you for more school, basically, instead of prepping you for life. So yeah, it was kind of something like that. But I think they both carried the same weight. So if you really wanted to game the system, you could be college prep material, but then kind of slum it basically in the vocational classes, and end up making better grades on paper than the honors kids. And I think that's kind of how, I'm not sure if valedictorian or salutatorian. I know one of those key positions, that was kind of how they gamed the system. So, yeah, which is pretty bogus, but, smart on them, kind of technically smarter than going about it the traditional way, but still kind of a bit bogus if that ends up, on paper, because you have someone who really busted their butt to do well, only for them to be undermined by someone who basically thought smarter instead of worked harder. When school tends to reward the more linear, working hard, or at least it's supposed to. Anyway, I don't know. I'm losing the plot here. All right. So yeah, let's get back to what constitutes as a successful graduation. Let's explore that topic a bit more. But unlike the thought and care we put into this, Momo doesn't care about this conversation at all. She's too busy reading a book about jellyfish. Wow, that's pretty random. But then again, as a writer, I feel like I still have that same writer's curiosity where it's like, yep, just about any random thing can become a topic of research or temporary interest. Mostly because as a writer, you want to depict the thing as accurately as possible, or at least take acceptable breaks from reality from the thing. So you got to kind of know what you're deviating from before you deviate from it to bend it to fit the reality of your story, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. Maybe she's planning on writing about a character that likes, that's a marine biologist. I don't know. But I've read a lot of different things, like everything from like swordplay to medieval architecture to, I think these days I'm more interested in how mysteries are constructed. And no, not true crime. I don't want true crime. I just want to do simple mystery stories. That's kind of what I'm focusing on right now in my research journey as a writer. And so yeah, like I think almost every writer, or everyone who claims to call themselves a writer at any point, you got a questionable search history. You're probably on a list just by default, not even just out of being weird, just out of being curious and doing actual and putting in the work for your project. So yeah, I feel like I'm no exception. But anyway, I think I'm grasping at different straws and how much I relate to Momo. Like yeah, she's a bit of past me and current me. So I'm invested just for that alone. Like whoever wrote this game, they did a great job of making Momo a relatable character. Despite that, yo Velvet, Banana, welcome to stream. Hey, how are you? Yes, so I don't know. I'm just in a very silly mood today. So yeah, today we're doing something a little different. I wanted to find, yes, exactly, because I was kind of torn between. My ideal plan was to play the RPG Maker. There was another RPG Maker horror game that Anne reminded me of, called Misao, and unfortunately, Misao is either way too deep in my hard drive to dig up, or possibly in another laptop. So my choices at that point were to prioritize the horror theme or prioritize the school theme. So I chose to prioritize the school theme, and so I went to my handy dandy friend for a quick game, itch.io, and I found this. So I was like, yeah, let's go with this. So this has been an excuse for me to dispense life advice and wisdom that I've acquired during my own wayward high school days as a somewhat overachieving burnout character like Momo here on our right. So yeah, I've come to really empathize a lot with the character. Misao, I think it's it's very similar to Anne, as in like an RPG Maker kind of a high school horror game. But I think Misao definitely leans more into the J horror vibes. So yeah, I'm gonna try to either do some hardware digging, digging through to find it, or maybe download it, or whatever I gotta do soon within the next coming streams. But I don't know. I'm right for now. I'm kind of invested in this kind of cozy magical girl vibes right now. So I want to play this through to the end. Apparently there are multiple endings to this as well, so we might play through to 2 endings on this one as well. I think there are 2 endings to this game. One of them's pretty dark and depressing, and another one's kind of, yeah, a bit more straightforward. So I don't know. We'll just kind of have to see how it goes. And because I'm terrible at doing girl voices, don't be surprised if one of these characters has a very interesting voice selection that I've committed to going for. So anyway, so Momo's busy reading a book about jellyfish, which again, that's just really typical writer stuff. Like if you've at any point been invested in the hobby of writing, it will take you to some very bizarre, unusual places. You'll be researching some odd things you never thought you'd be researching. And then those things that you end up researching have an interesting way of becoming hobbies, like not really hobbies, but fixations in and of themselves, especially if you're as a bit of a scatterbrain like me. Apparently, some jellyfish are immortal. Huh? I guess getting my certificate?
No, that's way too shallow. Graduation is a time of goodbyes. You're supposed to feel bittersweet about leaving the place that's brought you so many happy memories, brother. Oh, yeah.
Who have you been talking to? Momo puts her book down. She's lost all interest in jellyfish. Also, I don't have any happy memories.
So let's make some, brother. Come on, let's go. Oh, yeah.
In 2 months?
That's plenty of time. Ooh, but we mustn't forget about your studies.
Momo picks her book up. Turns out, jellyfish are pretty interesting after all. Okay, wow, that was easy. Momo is easily convinced. All right. I was hoping you'd bring that up.
I don't know much about what you learn in school, but you should definitely study harder.
Speaking of school horror, there's a Taiwanese game on Steam called Detention that's pretty good. It's a nice little bite-sized... Oh, okay, yeah, see, that's kind of what I'm in the mood for. Just kind of cozy, small... Well, not really cozy, but kind of short, bite-sized games like that I can do, fairly easily within one stream. Oh, let's go! Yes, I miss point-and-click puzzle games. Yeah, I was a big fan of... Yeah, okay, now that's opened up a can of worms I don't mind delving into. All right, so yeah, I think growing up when I was a kid, what was it? I ended up buying, of course, back then when the games were on CD-ROMs. Yeah, I'm really dating myself here, but I ended up buying like this two-pack of games. I forgot what the other game was, but one game was something, and the other one was Space Quest 4. So that ended up being like a point-and-click game. But back then, it was, I bought, the games came in like just a simple 2-pack, like, not, like no box, no nothing, just the CD case with 2 games strapped to it. And the thing was, back in the day, it was really important that you bought the game with like the box, because like, when you bought a game, you bought like, it came with a box of like manuals and guides and maps and sometimes like little trinkets and things like that kind of really help get you psyched for like immersing into the world of the story. I forgot what those are called, but yeah, just like it had lots of trinkets. Like it might even come with a magazine. Like, and the magazine's not necessarily a strategy guide, it's like an in-world magazine, like something that the character might actually read. And as you read through the magazine, it provides like hints and things like that. And the game would even have like copy protection where it's like, oh, hey, remember that magazine that we mentioned? Yeah, turn to page 57. What symbols do you see on page 57? Enter those symbols in, and we know you did. So that's how we know you didn't pirate the game, so you can continue playing the game. And so yeah, they would have things like that where you'd have to have like, these tangible physical artifacts that go along with the game. And that was really important for Space Quest 4 because you can only play about maybe a good solid 10 minutes of the game. until you kind of come across that threshold where you needed the copy protection. And in that game, you kind of step into like this kind of time pod thing that's got this like keyboard with sci-fi looking letters, and you're supposed to enter in the right combination of sci-fi looking letters, and then that takes you to the next segment of the game. But I didn't know that because, again, this was like not really pre-internet, but I guess at least pre-internet as far as internet being available in my family household on a very consistent, regular basis. And of course, I was a kid, so I didn't know what the internet did and didn't have. I didn't think they'd have like the strategy guide for this random crazy game that I'm playing. So there I was, like I would spend hours, entire game sessions, all right, just kind of brute forcing the password to this game. So I remember the sequence pretty well. It's like, all right, you put in the code, and then it gives this long drawn out sequence of, all right, the thrusters are going, all right, the console's lighting up, it's getting ready, it's all, you're about to, okay, nothing happens. And so it's like, all right, try again, try a different code. It would go through that whole sequence again, just like the music builds up, like, oh yeah, you're about to, okay, the music stops, okay, nothing happens. I would go at this for like hours on end, wasting precious brain cells and life. Like, I don't even think I had the sense to write down, much later on, I had the sense to write down the combinations. But no, I was over here just like raw dogging combos into this thing. Then years later, I found out that no, you're supposed to have like all the trinkets and things that come with it. That was like the copy protection thing. But eventually I did. I brute forced my way past that eventually. And then the game got way easier after that. But yeah. So, I forgot my whole point of that. Oh yeah, point and click adventure games. Yes. So, yeah, I think I basically Stockholmed myself into loving point and click adventure games. But yeah, they would be wild. I mean, not just because of things like that, but sometimes even just the internal logic, even outside of the copy protection stuff. Just the internal logic of the games where it's like, oh yeah, like, okay, you gotta get the red paint to paint the skeleton red because that's what's gonna get the dog all agitated because the dog is a pit bull, get it? Pit bull. So the dog is gonna charge through the door and make a hole in it, and then the mouse comes out, and the mouse has the cheese, so that's how you get the cheese to feed to the boy, and then who wants a snack. And so you give the boy the cheese that you got from the mouse, and now that's how he gives you the key to the other door in the bathroom. So yeah, it's like adventure games used to be just so ridiculously obscure with their puzzles. And that was even after you deal with the copy protection nonsense. No, that wasn't supposed to be relatable. But yes. But yeah, it was like, those games were pretty wild at the time. And so I think I used to love I think I was a bit of a masochist back then. Right, yeah, just kind of, I think the masochist in me just likes the challenge of those games every now and again. It's like they were kind of like the digital equivalent of escape rooms. How we have like it's basically just like that. It's just like, all right, you want to bash your brain against like a nonsensical puzzle that's just going to force you to crack your brain to solve it, and that's like you gotta break your mind to put it exactly in the right place to be in the right frame of mind to actually solve this thing. Like, yes, that's really what happens. Brain started, so I gotta go. Brain, go burr, don't stop burring until we burr our way through this problem. Yes. So yeah, that's exactly what goes on, man. Like once I'm locked in like that, it's like, yep, we're in it to win it at that point. So, speaking of in it to win it, I'm gonna take a very quick break because yeah, I've really locked into like just committing to hydrating today. Well, not only because just because it's the right thing to do, but this game kind of had my voice just going crazy. So I gotta take one more break time. I will be right back. All right, let's see. I think we are back, and let's remove that. There we go. All right, so yes. I'm just now realizing that my neighbors might hate me right now because I've been like, I've been a little off the chain this stream. I don't know. I've been just like, rah! But I don't know. I think it's because I've had a pretty good Monday today. I've just been like really just on top of things. So, all right, let's get back to it. Let's see.
But you should definitely study harder. Oh, yeah.
Didn't you hear what my teacher said? There's no hope for me. I'm like a jellyfish. I don't have a brain. This is where the audience laughs. Again, self-deprecating humor. Enough of that. No, we're done with that in the big 2-5. Like, no. Thumbs down.
Are you really gonna listen to her? Yeah, audience, don't listen to her.
Huh? Oh, she meant don't listen to the teacher. I thought that was a fourth wall moment. Oh, I thought she was asking the audience. No, she's talking about the teacher. Okay, because again, this type of game, I was expecting a twist at any moment.
Part of the joy of school is learning and applying what you've learned in exams.
Okay. I'm sure many people would beg to differ. Yep, I agree. Okay, so I think Momo is she's 75% cooking at any time. So yeah, I agree with most of her attitude and sentiments. I don't agree with her self-deprecating nonsense though. That's the only part of her character that I don't like. But that's coming from someone who is just I don't know, I guess because I'm just so over that kind of humor, and like I mentioned earlier, even I had to be broken out of that, and so after that, it's I'm not the best, I'm not the paragon of self-esteem, don't get me wrong, I definitely have my days and moments where I don't think the most of myself, but I feel like I know better than to vocalize that these days, so it's I let it be a thought, enters my brain, pass through, do what I can about it, if it's if it's situational or circumstantial, adjust accordingly to the circumstances, self-correct as needed. But I don't know, I feel like it's definitely one of those things where out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So I don't really speak on that. I fix it internally before it gets too external. Because again, I don't know, I believe in you to an extent, you do get what you say out of life. So it's one of those type of principles, So let's see. Okay.
Studying can be fun, especially when you do it with others. Ooh, yeah, studying, cracking open a good book and just sucking the knowledge out of it with your eyeballs and letting it seep into your brain. Ooh, yeah, it just gets you all kinds of learning high. Oh. I've decided. As your friend, I'll be both your study buddy and tutor. I'm gonna teach you the book learning and you're gonna learn it good. Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
But I thought you didn't understand our syllabus.
That's okay, I'll just read some textbooks.
Oh, yeah, okay, no, that's real too. Yeah, okay, that's a good point. I feel like I have a decent grasp of my self-esteem while somehow still having hella imposter. Yes, yeah, that's me. Oh my gosh, okay. Yup, now if you're gonna be real with it, oh yeah, that is absolutely me. Let's see, the Hulk Hogan voice. I was going for Macho Man, Randy Savage. Like he's my favorite out of the two. But yeah, it does overlap. They do have a lot in common. So I'll give you a pass on that. Yeah, but definitely the imposter syndrome. Yes. Oh my God. I feel like that's me every time. Like even with something that I enjoy, like D&D and tabletop stuff. Like oh yeah, it's normally a good time. I'm having a good time. It seems like everyone, like the players, having a good time. But yeah, behind that screen, oh my God, yeah, I am sweating bullets with imposter syndrome the whole way through, every time. I've been at that for years now, and it's still, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, to some extent, even streaming comes with that. Oh no! I understand because what was it? Because I feel like they're two very similar. I believe they were rivals at one point. Because yeah, I feel like they're very similar, and yeah, actually I think they are like because yeah, I know Hulk Hogan's like color is like his whole color scheme is yellow, and Macho Man is kind of like pink, but like almost literally everything else. He's like Macho Man's kind of got like this like 70s hotel carpet color scheme going on, but yeah. I don't blame you. In fact, I tend to get a lot of like rivals mixed up. Like when I was a kid, I would get Prince and Michael Jackson mixed up all the time, like all the time, without fail. Cream with, yeah, exactly, Cream with the Crop. Yes, perfect. That's like his like most iconic speech, and yeah, you could tell he was high as a kite during the whole thing. But that's what makes him the GOAT, though. Yeah, 80s wrestling was just such a weird, wild time. Like, oh my god. But yeah, like I'm very likely to get those kind of rivalries mixed up and just muddled together like all the time. Like to me, Prince and Michael Jackson were one. I very recently figured out the difference between Bruno Mars and The Weeknd. I mean, okay, no, don't get me wrong. If I saw them side by side, yes. But if I were to listen to a random song from either one of them, yes, definitely. I mean, I think there's no other way of putting it. I feel like the 80s was kind of just like the Wild West of our, like, I feel like our whole society these days is kind of a reaction to the 80s and just how unhinged it was. So... But yeah, I think for me, Bruno Mars and The Weeknd, and I realized, okay, so how I figured out the difference between the two is, like, because I mean, they both have, like, a very similar sound. Like, they both have, like, the whole kind of, speaking of the 80s, like, they both have, like, a retro 80s kind of vibe that they both enjoy. So, I realized that if it's, like, an upbeat love song, you know, about like a happy romance. If it's like hanging with the fellas, being happy, being in love, chances are it's Bruno Mars. But if it's like, oh man, life is miserable, I'm with this, like if it's like a toxic romance kind of story, then yeah, that's definitely Weeknd. So yeah, that was kind of how I learned the difference between the two of them. And yeah, I mean, like I feel like now if I were to see them both, I could tell the difference just by like looking at them. But if I were to hear a random song, like and if I'm asked like, okay, which one's which, without the shortcut that I just shared, yeah, I would be lost. Oh, and it's even worse when it's like every now and again. I feel like they both have at least one song that kind of steps into the other's territory by that definition, but by those demarcations that I've set. So yeah, oh yeah, right. I mean, yeah, they both definitely pay homage. Homage. I don't know, however you say that word. I feel like they both definitely pay tribute to Michael Jackson. Absolutely, and I'm here all the way for it from both of them. So yeah, which is kind of ironic because, well, kind of interesting because, again, like, they both tie in them to MJ, who, again, to me, at their prime, MJ and Prince were also very similarly hard for me to distinguish. So it's like, it just kind of keeps on, it's almost like a cycle. There's like a very direct path going on there. Alright, but let's see. So yeah, Bubble said she's gonna read some textbooks, and I'm already sure I voiced that part, so I'm not gonna strain my voice for the extra effort there again. Good luck with that. With the happy memories you've made in this school, you'll subsequently have a happy graduation, brother. Ooh, yeah. See, actually, if I don't throw in a good brother, ooh yeah, it kind of, I feel like my Bubble dialogue kind of slips a little bit into Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho, which I also don't mind. Best boy in the series, by the way. And my certificate. And your certificate! Now that we've established what a successful graduation is, Step 1 to ensuring Momo graduates successfully. Yeah, man, like I feel like Yu Yu Hakusho is like one of those things where I feel like it needs to come back. Like I don't care if they do like a remake or a sequel or something. I mean, like what's it like? Sailor Moon came back, Rurouni Kenshin came back. What's it? I mean, even Urusei Yatsura, which is like fairly obscure to Western audiences, but like Lum, yeah, like that came back. Like I feel like a lot of like 80s and 90s anime are coming back, and I think apparently there's even like a new Fist of the North Star anime that's coming next year. It looks like trash though. It looks like the really bad Berserk from 2016. It looks like it's basically going to be like that all over again. So we're basically getting a 2016 anime in the big upcoming 2026. But again, a lot of classic franchises are making comebacks. So I feel like Yu Yu Hakusho would be great. Like I personally, no shade or hate on Hunter x Hunter, but give me Yu Yu Hakusho any day over that. Like I don't know, I just can't really get into it. Konbanana naho. I feel like mileage is varied on it, but I've heard a lot of complaints already. I've heard complaints are mounting up already that Wait. If they did a remake in the animation style of Dandadan? Oh, what? Yu Yu Hakusho Dandadan style? Oh, that would be great. I would love that. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind if they did it in the style of the new Rurouni Kenshin, even though I haven't been keeping up with the new Rurouni Kenshin, but I will say that the animation is beautiful. Like, the animation upgrade does it justice, but I think my nostalgia goggles still can't separate from the old one, because, like, the original Kenshin, like, it was definitely a vibe. Like, I loved the music, I loved the art style, I loved the animation. Like, to me, it was just, yeah. Now, having a more manga accurate remake would, that would be great, but I think I would have liked if they kept it simple. Honestly, because, I mean, I like how, and again, Brotherhood, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood comes to mind. I wish it were more like that, where it's like the style looks almost identical to the old style, but, just update the story a bit. I think that's all they really needed to do. I haven't seen... let's see. No, I'm talking about the really terrible... Because, again, there was the original 97 series, which almost everybody adored, except for the ending, because, again, it was only giving you a bit of a snippet. It couldn't give you the whole thing. Because, I mean, it's Berserk. Come on. But... I think there was the movies. I think they are the Netflix movies. Yeah, like there's like a trilogy of movies, kind of detailing the stuff that's like before. Because I know like the anime kind of glosses over a huge chunk of the story in the middle, so it's kind of okay. Guts and Griffith meet. They go on cool adventures, and then it all goes to hell. But I think the movies kind of outline the cool adventure stuff that they go on in the middle, or, the war campaign stuff. Yeah, exactly. It gives you a proper detailing of Griffith's arc. That's what I was saying in my quirky roundabout way. Exactly. No, those are legit. Now, yeah, those are legit. But I'm talking about, like, there was a series made around 2016, I think it was, and... it uses kind of like the 3D CGI kind of anime style. Yeah. No, actually, no. I think those do it pretty well. But the series that came out around that time. Okay. I'll put it this way. If you've seen the intros used in early JoJo, like parts 1 and 2, and I think maybe 3, that uses that kind of really bulky, kind of awkward, stiff moving like CGI that works amazingly well for the intros. But imagine the whole show animated in that specific style. And that was basically Berserk 2016, where it looked really horrible CGI for like an extended period, but great in small bursts, like how it's used in the JoJo openings. Yeah, exactly, yeah. And that was basically the reaction to that. And the new Fist of the North Star anime that's coming up looks like it's gonna rehash that. It looks a bit more polished, admittedly, as Naho pointed out. It's a bit more polished, but I'm still not expecting good things from it, though. Not necessarily, and I think I'm not alone in that opinion. But I don't know. Time will tell. Maybe they'll clean it up a bit. Maybe this might turn into a Sonic situation where it looks really gross during the previews, but the actual thing might be better. I don't know. Trying to withhold judgment and maintain a healthy sense of cautious optimism, basically. But we'll have to see if it's worth it. We'll have to see. But, yeah. Time will tell. Alright, so let's see here. Fingers crossed. Definitely. Step 1 to ensuring Momo graduates successfully. Study. Why are we doing this? Because your grades are abysmal. Oh, brother, have you seen your last report card? But it's not like I'll be able to pass just because I studied a little. Which is why we're not going to be studying a little. We'll be studying a lot. Ooh. Weren't we supposed to be having fun? Making good memories? Studying can be fun. About 2016 Berserk, I think people are too harsh on it. Aside from the clang, it's fine. It has deserved better to better capture Miura's art, of course, but it's not unwatchable. I think mileage might vary because I personally found it it was difficult. It was way too difficult for me. I mean, honestly, I think it was mostly in static form. Like, okay, like if you were to pause the screen, it does look good. So I don't think it was necessarily the art, but I don't think the motion was quite there. Like, it just looked too stiff in motion for me somehow. But yeah, like, in freeze frame, it did look a lot better than many people give it credit for. I still wouldn't say good, but it didn't. I think most of the dragging that it got was just from the quality of the motion of the animation. It wasn't really up to snuff at the time. So, I don't know. To me, that seems like that might be the big takeaway that they've. I'm not sure if it's the same studio or if it's a different studio working on the Fist of the North Star version, but maybe the technique might have improved. It became a bit more fluid. I don't know, but then too, I mean, maybe it just might be in a way. Also, I will say that I think the figures, it's just kind of a inherently bulky art style, which again could work for Fist of the North Star because, let's face it, it's a very chunky world. Everyone's like, you know, huge and ripped. Hypertrophy, but the stiffness can be chalked up to the team's inexperience with 3D CGI. Yes, yeah, so, yeah, exactly, and I think that stiffness really did set it back, so I don't know, maybe if they've learned a few things, and maybe, you know, maybe smoother motion would definitely help. So, I don't know. Again, that's why it's like time will tell. It's kind of setting off on a bad foot because, you know, that style has already kind of left a bad impression. I know, yeah, it's been about 10 years, so yeah, hopefully they've learned the right lessons and applied them, and maybe it won't be as bad as we're thinking. So yeah, I'm definitely on board with not judging a thing until it's complete. Unless we're talking Star Wars sequel trilogy. I knew by Last Jedi that we were in for a stinker of a trilogy. But if it's like, you know, something that's in isolation like this is, then yeah, I'm normally on the side of withholding judgment until it's complete. Because again, you know, preview versions are just kind of feelers to see, you know, how it's going to be received. So, you know, that leaves plenty of room for things to change. So you never really know what's going to shift, what's going to change. So, I remain I maintain a sense of cautious optimism, but very cautious, but still optimistic. More so cautious than optimistic, but still plenty of room for optimism to remain. If that makes any kind of sense. Let's see. How do I solve this question? Oh my gosh, Momo is like the ultimate girl fail here. Like she's... Oh, in fact, she's a lot like Anne. Oh my gosh. Okay, because like even in Anne, it's established that Anne didn't really have many skills outside of art either. But the heavy implication there was because of her specific position on the autism spectrum. So I don't know. Maybe I do think that Momo is also very autism coded in her own way, perhaps, but it's not as heavy here. Primo defeatist. Yeah, right. This kid is definitely getting in her own way, which I relate to that more as an adult than as a kid, because when I was about her age, yeah, I had a lot of those traits kind of simmering beneath the surface, but I think overall I was a lot more optimistic about things. But yeah, as an adult, I think as time and age has kind of weathered me through that, it's like, yeah, I can still put on a smile, but yeah, I'm feeling a lot of present. I feel like I more relate to present Momo. I relate to her now as an adult more than I did when I was her age, but I can definitely see a lot of the seeds of that from that time. Ooh, let me see. I have no idea. Oh, okay, math. Oh, they're doing math. Oh yeah. I was cooked at math from the start. Like, okay, I was pretty good at it as a kid. Doing addition, subtraction, multiplication. I think as soon as we hit long division, that was like the first bump in the road. But see, mostly I think it was because I was impatient when it came to the speed of things. Because long division, it takes a long time. So I wasn't that great at I was okay at long division, but it was a tedious process for me. But I didn't start really just like sucking at math until algebra. And I'm talking like pre-algebra. As soon as they mixed in numbers and as soon as math became a puzzle, that's when it was just a little too like, it was the beginning of the end. And so I was able to kind of, yeah, I think that was like my first, yeah, right, yeah, it just takes time. It just takes time these days, the deeper you get into it. Because I think, yeah, when math became more and more about concepts and less about numbers, that's when I began to fall off. So, let's see, when it came to like geometry and trig, yeah, by that point I was completely a lost cause. Like when we started, I started kind of falling off when we started having to like memorize different like geometric proofs. Like I think the simplest one I can remember is like the transitive property, which is like, okay, if A plus B equals C, then B plus A equals C. You know, just kind of things like that. There are a lot more complicated ones, but yeah, things like that. Tangible instead of... you know, I think that makes sense too, yeah. Because, I mean, I feel like we might have had a bit of the opposite experience because, yeah, I think when we started actually, like, applying the numbers to things, I think I might have just got distracted by, like, the visual aspect and, like, the rules that would come into effect. So, again, I was able to keep up for, like, maybe, like, the first half, but then by the second semester, I just kind of fell off. And then... Ooh, then I also had a bit of a crush on my geometry teacher. I remember her. She was like this cute little Southern belle, blonde hair, brown eyes, kind of like a cutesy little German girl kind of look. And she was just so sweet. Like she was just a really sweet girl. Like she wasn't like a full-grown woman, but yeah, she just had like just a very sweet cutesy girl. Yeah, so I definitely had a crush on her. Yeah. So that kind of it was distracting. So that was definitely my type in high school for a while. But then, Yeah, but then of course I eventually moved on to like to other other crushes, other things. But yeah, I think she was definitely by far the cutest teacher I'd had in a very long time. Yeah, because most of my teachers were, yeah, kind of like your very typical, 30 something, 40 somethings, like, not really there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway. Um, so yeah, that was definitely very distracting for a young lad discovering his hormones. All right, I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. And so yeah, I was already struggling with math, and then combined with that, I didn't stand a chance. Oh wow, one of your female lit teachers. No, actually, my lit teachers were always very fun. In fact, in my high school, I didn't have this particular lit teacher, but there was one that had a reputation for getting around, like like as in like getting caught in the broom closet with football players, kind of thing. Yeah. But again, at that point, it was only a rumor that she was like that, so I'm not really sure how true it was, but I'm guessing there's at least a 75% accuracy to those rumors. So I was too naive to like really believe those sort of things as more than just hearsay, but looking back, yeah. Oh yeah, no, see that's cool because like for me, one of my favorite, I think that was, I had a lit teacher that actually inspired me to become a teacher because of that, because she was just really cool. She was a big Star Wars fan around the time where I was just like really into like the old EU Star Wars novels. So yeah, it was like we would have class, but then it was pretty easy for class to kind of just turn into like a book club with me, that teacher, and one other kid who was also really into like those novels. So yeah, we'd talk about like we would have like whole water cooler conversations when we're supposed to be having class, like water cooler conversations about what happened in this this new Jedi Order book story. Like, oh yeah, oh did you go? Wait, I'm not there yet. I can't tell all spoilers. Okay, blah blah. Oh well, this part happens, and we gotta wait for so and so to. We gotta wait for a certain student to catch up. I'm like, band teacher. Oh males. Oh no. Oh wow. Now let's see. Now in my high school, we kind of had some. We had a pair of married teachers, but now this one's kind of wholesome through adult eyes. And of course, as kids, like there was a rumor that that those two teachers like to get frisky with each other in a certain hallway. Not like right there in the middle of the hallway, of course, but like there was like a certain broom closet where these two teachers liked to kind of have secret rendezvous. But of course, the wholesome part is with each other, like, oh, they're still in love, like they teach at the same school and they have their little secret rendezvous. And I think I knew one of them was a physics teacher. I almost outed him. I almost said the name. Oh my gosh! But yeah, he was like this really skinny, dorky, lanky dude, like very wholesome guy. Okay. What's it? Okay, I'm really dating myself here. But Rick Moranis, he had very Rick Moranis vibes. Yeah, he had Rick Moranis energy, and his wife. So he was the physics teacher. Wife was. I don't think the wife was. I want to say the wife was either a science. No. He was a science teacher. Maybe the wife was either a math teacher or a literature teacher. But yeah, and his wife was. She definitely had what I call library Chan energy. Like she looked like if she wasn't a teacher, she'd be a librarian. So a really cute mousy girl. Okay. So it's like Rick Moranis and early Adrian from Rocky. That's exactly who this couple would have reminded me of. Yeah. So because by Rocky 3, Adrian gets a glow up. Like that became my type for a while too. But let's see. But yeah, so she kind of resembled pre-glow up Adrian, but maybe kind of in between. Because she wasn't quite as shy and no. The Mrs. was not a shy lady. Obviously not a shy lady because of the rumors that were circulating around how those two like to go. But But yeah. Anyway, they were kind of like that. So yeah, it was very cute and very wholesome. Of course, scandalous in the context, you know. But again, compared to other scandals that go on in high schools, yeah, very wholesome in hindsight. So I'm almost certain they're still together. I'm hoping that they're doing well. But yeah. Like if you had. Oh, nice. Yeah. I definitely had a phase where hot librarians were a thing for me. I mean, I feel like I'm not in that phase now, but I could relapse at any moment. So it's like much like my J-pop phase, it won't take much for me to relapse into that. Yes. Yes, let's see. Wow, what a wild tangent we've gone on today. Yes. I mean, some things, you know, they just don't quite leave like that. So it's like, yeah, good turn. Exactly. Very, very accurate. Very accurate. Let's see. So Momo says, I thought you were going to tutor me.
I was.
So what happened?
I couldn't understand your textbooks. They're so difficult.
Like, oh, that was me. Okay, that actually happened with me. I was trying to help my sister out with math, of all things. Like, knowing, like, as I've established, I am not qualified to help anybody with math. And so I was helping my little sister. And of course, by now, they've transitioned to this new math. And like, okay, now I'm no stranger to like showing my work. Now that I can do, but this new math stuff, like, oh my days, all my heavens, all my, I don't know, on gang, I cannot do this new math for like the life of me, where it's like 20 steps to do like a simple thing. Like, it's crazy. So she had to show her work according to those steps. And yeah, I literally gave up on her. I'm like, all right, hey, do the best you can. I'm here to cheerlead. Like, yeah, it absolutely is. Like, no, it is literally brain rot. It really is. Like, it's deliberately teaching kids to just like, I don't know. It's deliberately teaching them to like, you know, all these like obscure obfuscating processes where it's like it's just literally bombarding them when the simplest route will do. But I don't know. It's just, yeah, I'm getting frustrated. Just like I'm getting like secondhand like re-frustrated just thinking about all of that. Like, it is crazy. Like, I'm like no, for one, I could never be a math teacher, but two, I have pity for math teachers who actually have to teach that stuff, knowing good and well they don't believe in that method at all, but just knowing that they're just like that they have to do it. Yes! It's a lot like reaching around your elbow to get, yes, like, why? This is not the way it's designed at all. Like come on. So absolutely could not have put it better. So let's see. Momo says, are you kidding me?
Step 2 to ensuring Momo graduates successfully. Have a healthy sleeping schedule. Ooh, yeah. You gotta brush your teeth, say your prayers, and eat your vegetables, brother. Go to bed on time. You get those 8 hours. Ooh, yeah.
All this game, and we still haven't made a single choice yet. I'm gonna have to like double check the. Now apparently there are at least 2 endings to this game, so at some point we gotta make a choice. But so far we've been playing this game for over 2 hours at this point, and let's see. Okay, even factoring in the asides and silliness, all that, I'm sure we've gone through an honest hour's worth of content, and we're still just like in story mode here. Like we are locked in. Like this is something else. I'm not sure if this is yeah, like we've done nothing else. Like no battles, no decisions, no inventory management of any kind, no pointing and clicking at anything other than dialogue. Like, I don't know. This might be a bit much. Remember, the Song of Saya is much longer than this and only has 2 choices. Whoa, okay. So, yep. I mean, in light of that, I might need to calm down then. Like, whoa. Yeah. Wow. That is crazy. Okay, I'm fairly new to visual novels. Like, that's not really like my genre of choice. In fact, shout out to Naho for putting me on to those. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't done any shoutouts today. Yeah. So yeah, you can check us out at the Library Crew. Well, not necessarily me so much these days, but yeah, like Naho does Naho and the Library Crew, which I'm adjacent to. I've been on the longest sabbatical ever from my intern duties there. Yeah, like they often stream visual novels there, and yeah, that was basically kind of my unofficial intro to the genre because yeah, that's just not normally my thing. Maybe because of this exact reason. Very few choices, games like this, but then again, a lot of times they are interesting stories and they are a refreshing break from the usual things that I enjoy, like which are mainly RPGs, which are kind of visual novels anyway most of the time. Yes. Oh, that's right. That was the very first one. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. Oh, I missed that. Like, I wouldn't mind revisiting that one. Like, someday, if my schedule ever truly opens up to that. I mean, I'm making some moves that won't really see fruition for that for a while, but I'm hoping that my schedule will eventually reopen to where that time slot will be available. But yes, okay, I remembered the character that I voiced, Yutaro. Yeah, I did the voice of Yutaro, and it took me a while to get the voice, and I've lost it, so I can't do it again. But yeah, he was such a fun character. So yeah, I really liked him. I want to say I keep thinking Yutaro Moriboshi, but no, I'm mixing that. It was Yutaro Akebono, something like that. Yes, so yes, if you like Nitro Plus games, yeah, Naho is the one. You should definitely check him out. Yes. So yeah, take it away, Naho. The floor is yours. Yes. Akebono. Oh, yo, I remembered. Whoa! I took that out from deep in the dome. Like, wow. I can't believe I remembered that. Wow. I am very pleased with myself that I remembered that. Yes. Yes, I highly encourage that. And let's see. While we're at it, hopefully my shoutouts have cooled down. But okay, yes, all right, success. So yeah, also check out Velvet Noir. Let's see, she is actually a personal friend of mine whom I know in IRL Meet Space. And so yeah, she specializes in horror. From what I've seen, it seems like she normally does like horror action games. I think one of the first streams I saw her do was Resident Evil. I believe she's done Dead Space. I think right now she's playing Claire Obscura right now. So stepping a little bit into the RPG side of things. But yeah, but definitely encourage checking her out sometime. So yeah, she's. Her streams are a lot of good fun. A great place to hang out with. I normally try to hang out there when I'm kind of cooling down after stream, because sometimes our stream schedule's kind of synchronized to where that's possible. So yeah. Oh, yeah. So I know it's like scheduling is that thing that's just kind of killing all of us right now at different points. But yeah. For those in the chat who aren't in the know, please check out Naho Sainoki and Velvet Noir. All right, let's see. Oh, you finished Claire Obscura last stream. Oh, nice. So I'm gonna have to, because that does look like a very interesting game, and I like how it's kind of bringing back the discussion of the validity of turn-based RPGs, which, again, I appreciate that there's plenty of room for both. And I've kind of wished that the RPG community as a whole will just kind of settle on that as an answer. It's like, yeah, action-based RPGs, they've got a place, and so do traditional turn-based. Like, there's plenty of room for both. There's plenty of room for both to grow and expand, experiment, and all of that. So, I don't know. It does annoy me when that becomes a discussion for, oh, the validity / legitimacy of turn-based RPGs. Like, when that becomes a discussion for, like, the 30th time, it's like, no, people enjoy both. Like, come on. There's plenty of gameplay, plenty of audience for both. Let's see. All right, let's try to wrap this up. I want to see if we can wrap up this, I guess, chapter, segment, or whatever you want to call it. So, think about Tokyo Necros, that the 2 versions of it are officially available. Oh yeah, that's right. Game was incredibly fun. Oh yes, I love a game that has like the right combination of all of those. Like, ooh, peak. Yes, let's see. Momo says, do you have to wake me up every day like this? Beep, beep, beep. Oh, you're awake. Okay, I'm slipping into Kuwabara, but that's somewhat more comfortable for me. So yeah, we'll wrap up pretty soon here. Your beeping is scarily accurate to that of an alarm clock, which is even funnier considering how I voiced that. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah, that's what my alarm clock sounds like too, yes. I don't know, I might actually make that my alarm. I'm gonna clip that and make that my alarm. Just kidding. Ooh, thank you. I practiced a lot. Not only do I make sure Momo wakes up early enough to make it to school on time, I also make sure she actually listens during her classes. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, that was challenging. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely rest my throat after this one. Momo! Mo! Wake up, sleepyhead. We're going through important sciencey stuff right now. I'm sleepy. Jeez, why are you so tired despite getting so much sleep every night? Wake up, Momo! I'm up. What sciencey stuff am I supposed to be learning right now? It's a Born-Haber cycle? What is that? Is it Born-Haber? Born-Haber? Like, either way, I have no idea what that is. Oh no, I'm gonna have to look that up. Alright, let's see. I'm tempted to right now, but I'll hold off. In fact, I'll take a note of that. I'm gonna say Born-Haber, but I feel like it's Born-Haber for some reason. Born. Okay, so I get the born part right. Who's being born? Not me. Momo! This part is still a work in progress. But moving on to step 3 to ensuring Momo graduates successfully. Actually, I think that's a great spot to wind it up. So yeah, we'll save there. And that is exactly where we will pick up next time. Alright. Oh, okay. Horrible transition is horrible. Okay. Alright, so yes. Well, hey guys, well, I think that's where we'll wrap up for now. So yeah, let's see. Well, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I mean, as always, oh wow, I feel like my voice is already still hoarse. So, as I mentioned before, I probably won't be able to maintain those vocals for next time. But I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I should get plenty of sleep, take good care of my throat. Oh my gosh, especially if I'm going to be committing to that. But we made it to step 3, which implies that we're halfway through the game, at least. So, yeah, hopefully within the next stream or so, we'll be able to finish it, and maybe even go for both endings. But, actually, I think we'll probably take it easy next stream, because I've been wanting to get back into tabletop stuff. So, I've been working on writing a module for the James Bond RPG, which I've been really into these days. So yeah, we might actually do a little bit of that, because it's been a long time since I've done anything like that, like under the hood, some under the hood streams, kind of just showing some projects that I'm working on off stream. So that might be my focus. I'm aiming for Wednesday, I think it is. Well, Wednesday my time zone. Wednesday afternoon, which should be, I think, technically Wednesday EST. So 11:59 EST Wednesday. So that's kind of the time to look forward to, I guess. And yeah, we'll see what happens from there. And thank you. Yeah, guys, thank you all so much for showing up. Yeah, thank you, Naho. Thank you, Velvet. Let's see. I think Ruby was there. I know Gortug showed up for a little bit. So yeah, all the lurkers, thank you guys so much. Let's see. Who do we have that's still with us? Let's see. I think we got Lieriku. And she's playing more horse game. Yeah. Okay, she's playing more Uma Musume. So yeah, we'll see what she's up to. And so yeah, look forward to catching you guys again on Wednesday or Tuesday midnight. And I think that's all I got for you guys. So yeah, it is raid time. So yeah, you guys take care. I will see you on the other side, and I love you guys. Take care, and sayonara.